Not normally, no. I mean, I'd say if we called for that assistance, then yeah.
Okay.
But basically, we cover Kennett, and then Haytop Crothersville's close to us. So I mean, any of them guys call for assistance, then we're there. And so this team's only been in existence for, this is year 2. So I mean, we're still fresh on. Some people don't even know Kennett still has one right now. You know, you've got, you know, department heads at other agencies that's changed hands since, you know, the ones that didn't know that we were in operation. So we kind of reach out to them, let them know, hey, we're here, we're available. So if you need us, call us.
And this is the only team in the Boot Hill too, correct?
Yes.
Can you do federal stuff also?
Yes.
I mean, the difference, I guess I've heard that, yeah, that is if you have a federal warrant and they're found guilty, they have to serve 85% of their time.
Correct.
So that's a big plus for us, keeping them off the streets longer.
Correct, yes. Any case that we can get and turn over to the feds, that's what we do. So, and you know, there's criteria to meet on that. We send it up to the prosecutors up in Cape, you know, and then they determine if they pick the case up, if not. And if the feds don't pick up the case, then we still get it on the state level. So we got backup plans. You know, if it doesn't meet enough criteria to go federal, we still got enough to charge them on the state side.
And you have future plans for this year, putting this team to work
Yes.
on the
Yeah.
search warrants and.
Yes, they just had a big federal roundup. You know, CMO Drug Task Force was heading that operation with the marshals. Now that that's over with, you know, we plan on doing some more before the year's over with.
I think the chief or Mr. Pelt shared with us a success story from a couple of months ago that was done here in Kennett with taking some drugs off the street and getting some bad guys. And I think that's a real life example, if you can, talk about it, to share with people so they know exactly the kind of thing that you're doing. Because I thought that was a great story.
Yeah, we, last year alone, we served 11 search warrants. It was around 1,800 grams of methamphetamine seized, and around 11 firearms, several on the state charges, federal charges, and close to around $40,000 in drug money seized. That was just year 1.
That's first year.
Yes.
We'll never completely eliminate it, we sure can cut it down.
Yeah, correct. So, you know, getting these people out of town brings property value and stuff back up. You know, the things that the council's already, you know, doing to make the city more attractive. You know, we're kind of combining that effort with cleaning these areas of the town up. As if they don't got nowhere to do their operation at, they find somewhere else to go. So our job's to flood them out of here.
And the federal warrant that there was 13 federal warrants issued, and I think you rounded up 10 of the 13, isn't that correct?
Yeah, something around there, yeah. 11. Yeah, 11 out of 13.
Good. Anybody have any questions? David, he loves to talk. You know, so if you got any questions?
I got a question.
This is the quietest I've ever seen you, David.
How much, the drug money, I'm trying to.
40,000.
How much?
We said 40.
Around, it was like 38 something. Somewhere around there.
You two gentlemen, have anything for us?
He's our
Put you on the
You need to do the
Awful
runway.
How about the participation amongst the officers? How's that going?
What's that say?
Are you having any difficulty recruiting new officers to the team, or is it going pretty good?
No, everything.
People are interested in it?
Yeah, everything's going good. You know, as far as interest, you know, we require an officer to at least be here with a year experience on the road before they can even try out to be on the team.
Okay.
So that's a requirement first and foremost. You gotta get at least a year in of experience. So A couple that's been back with us have expressed some interest, so we'll go from there. But, you know, that interest comes with having to outfit these guys. And to outfit one person with everything they need is around $400 for one person. So, so that, having a budget to work with helps, because we got to outfit them. I mean, they can't get on and then not have anything. So
is it capped at 9? Is that what you want, 9 police officers to paramedic, fire, EMT?
no, we don't have a cap.
Okay.
This is just, the people that's on it now is pretty much who's wanted to be on it.
Okay.
So that the ones that's talked about interest, they don't have the time in yet.
You were talking about a first entry vest, and what's the cost of that? That vest that they wear, first guy in the door,
Oh, the shields?
shield.
Yeah, the ballistic shields, I think it's around $1,600. Ours are old and worn out, and I couldn't even tell you. They were here when I got here 14 years ago, and they've probably been here for 14 years before that.
No, actually broke last, one of the handles broke off during training last time, so.
Now all of them broke,
Right.
so
So we are in need of at least one of those.
at least one, yeah, ballistic shield. But further advancement in technology, instead of them shields being 30 pounds, you know, they're around 8 pounds now, and better quality. So would be more efficient than trying to go through a door with a shield the size of me. So it's kind of hard to maneuver your way around. These are a lot smaller and a lot more effective. So.
And the first person going in the door wants to have all the protection on he could possibly get, even though the second and third guys want to have that also, but the first guy's got to have something.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, we've kind of been doing these entries without so far because our shields are broken.
Right.
What do we have at the conference?
This is everything.
Oh, what we have shields at the conference?
Those are riot shields. They're not
Riot shield.
Okay, they're not-
Yeah, they won't stop anything except somebody
Spit.
throwing eggs and spit at you or whatever else. But, yeah, they're don't stop any type of
Projectile.
projectiles, no. The ones we're looking at that I just mentioned, they'll stop, they're a level 3, so they'll pretty much stop AK-47, AR-15, they'll pretty much stop anything. So, I mean, you get what you pay for.
So is this another budget end of it? Is this gonna be budgeted separately, chief, or how are we gonna handle this? This is gonna be something that's budgeted within the police department?
Well, from now on, we're gonna add that, the SRT will be a line item in our budget. And as our needs grow, we'll look at the funds that we're gonna need. David and I will get together, kind of have some kind of game plan, of what we're gonna try to do in the next year. And try to keep these guys well equipped and get the stuff they need. 13,000 was a great start, but as the need keeps rising, then we're gonna need funds every year.
Is that ambulance working, the old ambulance, compress?
Yeah, that's one of our other needs is,
David and I talked about that. He's gonna go look at that thing and see if he can make it work.
They drove there.
Yes.
yeah, right now, we don't have a SRT vehicle, so you've got, 7 or 8 police cars pulling up in a line down the street to serve these search warrants instead of us all being in one operational vehicle. So
We didn't.
that's not the top of the priority list, but it'd be nice to have one.
Sure.
So, yeah, I don't know, you said, so the ambulance out there is not working?
No.
It cannot work at all?
As a matter of fact, it'd be made to
I
work.
think the floor and that thing's brought down the back.
No.
Well, we'll discuss that.
Yeah.
Anything else, any questions?
Thank you.
Well, thank you all.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for the job you do.
Appreciate it.
All right, guys, thanks.
I think I have one more thing, real quick. I had one more thing real quick, I'm sorry. I should have thought about this earlier. We finally got a letter to release, to get rid of the car that was involved in the pursuit. It got totaled out. And we've been advised to go ahead and release it. I said, we'll scrap it. With council's permission, we'll go ahead and do that so that we can get all the equipment out of it. I should have brought that up to you earlier, and I forgot about that letter. We got.
Yeah, we sent the attorney a letter charging him $50 a day for storage. And when he realized he was gonna have to pay that big bill, he decided to release that car.
Let's hold off on, let's go ahead and scrap it or piece it out, but let's hold off till I speak to the fire. Make sure they don't need it for like some kind of training purposes, before we just scrap metal it, you know, it's.
I just need to get radios and what usable lights we got that we can use.
As long as the council will have an objection to it, go ahead and do it.
Okay.
But don't get rid of the vehicle just yet.
Insurance involved with
Okay.
that motion.
We've already got that.
We've already,
He was paid for by the insurance?
yes.
Yes.
I'll make the
But
motion.
they, insurance said, and I've kept the documentation, they're gonna let us scrap it, they don't wanna have to mess with it.
Well, once there's not objection, we'll just proceed with that.
Yeah.
But just don't dispose of the vehicle 2 years from now.
I'll hold on to it until you guys tell me different.
Okay.
Forget everything else.
Okay. All right, so the clerk received a list of properties. These are tax sale properties that are in front of you. There are 11 properties, I think, counted over today, but now the 3 of those private citizens that have asked to receive a letter from the city saying that we're willing to give the properties up. The properties are tax sale, this is their 3rd sale, so they sell for this amount, they're sold. Kind of got our wheels thinking here to the clerk's office, and a lot of these properties need to be cleaned up. We're currently mowing, have it leaned against them. I was kind of thinking it might be cheaper, better off for the city to take possession of the properties that are not wanted by private individuals. And that way we have possession, we can immediately tear down without doing a title search and going deep into the process. It'd be cheaper to pay the taxes than it would be to go through the process.
Or this the highlighted ones?
Yes, sir. We have, all cities have, apparently they tell us, we have first right to any property that's a tax sale within city limits. I guess we gotta pay this amount to take it.
A little over 7,000, what'd you come up with for all those?
Well, now, the one on Michael, the one on King, and the one on, Ballard. Ballard we already own, apparently.
There's 2 on King.
503 King, a private citizen's wanting to acquire this property and tear it down, like this gentleman back there.
Okay.
So that wouldn't be the part of what I'm talking about, and Michael Street would not be part of what I'm talking about, because I'd much rather see it go to private hands and get cleaned up that way than the process I'm talking about. We do not have to have a vote on it tonight. I want to put that bug in here. We need a vote on it next meeting if you want to proceed with this. We got to the 29th of September is what you told me.
That's when the tax auction is?
No, that tax auction's already done.
Oh, okay.
But we have until the 29th to release the properties.
Okay.
It will cost the city the dollar amount that you see shown over here, but again, I think it'd be cheaper than the normal process we have to go through.
All these properties have houses on them.
No, sir. Some of them are just grown up jungle lots. You know, there's trees and what have you on it.
Could I ask a question?
You sure can, let's go to the podium.
Are you saying that the one on 503 King Street would be released?
That'd be released to be yours, yes, sir.
So I can come to Miss Ellis's office in the morning, get a letter? This will be,
Anyone have opposition to that?
We haven't voted on it, let's say, but
I would say, anybody have opposition to it?
no.
You will have a letter tomorrow morning if you want one.
she's tired of seeing me.
But now, you're gonna have to,
after tomorrow.
if the procedure here, we'll need your name and your address, please, for the minutes.
My name is Elva Miller. It's ELVA Miller, 507 South Hopper. I look at this property right out my front door and it looks like you've seen it. And so I want to clean it up. If you've been by Harry Crumb's place, everybody here knows who Harry Crumb was, I'm
Yes.
sure. if you've been by his property in the last 3 months, I cleaned it up. You will not, I promise you, you will not recognize it. I put a lot of money into it, and I cleaned it up. Miss Ellis says she's by there pretty often. She is amazed, she told me.
Looks like a different property.
Mr. Miller, do you want some more?
Yeah.
I bought the one between Harry Crum and 503 from Mrs. Helen Carter. Most of you probably know Helen Carter. I bought her property because I felt sorry for her. She had squatters in there stealing it, everything she had in the sheds and everything, stripping the copper out of her home. So I bought it. Mrs. Carter and I have become the best of friends, best of friends. But her property isn't worth anything with what's next door north of it, and that is 503. And people was in there over the weekend, which they wasn't supposed to be, tore the counters out of it, the back door in the yard, which is already a mess. The gentleman right over there in the corner, he stopped by today, and I talked to him. He knows how Harry Crum place looks,
No, we appreciate that.
Yes,
and I won't put the money in 503 that I put in Harry Crum's place, but I guarantee you, it'll be cleaned up.
That's all we want to hear.
Because it'll make my property south of there worth a lot more.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Miss Ellis, I'll see you at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Give her a little bit more time.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You done a really good job on that Harry Crump place.
Thank you.
Well,
It took me a year and 2 months. It's very nice. And you're looking at the people that did it. The little redhead right there, and myself.
well, are you gonna put up the Christmas decorations?
That's what I asked him, I said, boy, Christmas decorations
Yeah, what about
haven't
the
been down.
Christmas decorations in the area?
I hauled them all off or burned them. I promise you, he had enough Christmas lights. If you stuck them together, they would have went to St. Louis and back. And back.
I believe it.
And he had a lot of them he bought from Walmart still in the package.
Never used it.
Never used them. And thousands of dollars worth of ornaments. Thousands of dollars.
I can believe it.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate y'all.
See y'all tomorrow.
We need more of you.
Yeah,
throughout
we'll see you
town.
tomorrow.
Mr. Mayor, do you know, are any of these properties on that list we had of buildings to be torn down?
Yes,
Have we
one
done a
is Ballard,
Okay, Ballard, okay,
the one we approved tonight.
okay, thank you.
Now, I was told that we own the property, but I haven't yet to see any paperwork on this property,
Gosh, that was a few months ago.
several months ago. I think Victor might have been taking care of, which, you know, Victor, that, well, he'll live right now. But, so that's why I haven't really,
Mr. Kenneth Reed from Piggott had mentioned about a year ago that he don't want anything to do with it, want to sign it over to the city. I'm not sure where Victor got on all the paperwork side of it, but.
Because I think he had the deed with him the night he was here.
so we'll, but, any other questions?
We don't have the deed, do we need to tear it
We have abatements.
down? Okay.
We've already voted to tear it down. Debate the problem.
Okay, public comments. Mr. Watt,
You knew I was gonna be here.
we got some good news though about the container. We do have a container.
Oh, thanks, sir. Darl Watson, 909 Rose Avenue, as you know, been here quite a few times. First of all, if you have 40 acres that needs to be cleaned up, let me know. I'll clean it up for a softball facility. I'll get that done for you. But first of all, I just want to say thank you to the mayor and those that came out on the open day ceremonies of the new softball field. Went very well. We played 5 games that day. We played one on Monday, one on Tuesday, one on Thursday, 6 games on Saturday, and one just finished probably about 15 minutes ago. So, and one last night also. That was me. So I appreciate everything that you guys did for us, and I know that the mayor had some good words about Kennett and some other things, especially after I put him on the spot. He came through, that's for sure. But I want to thank everybody, fire department for the flag. I mean, those that sung the national anthem. It was an awesome time. If you didn't go, you missed something special. So I do have one question because this came up. I need to know if there's a city ordinance with drinking out there at the park.
Yes.
Because if there is,
Yes,
that
there
will
is.
be shut down. I will not have drinking out there if there is a city ordinance.
There is.
Thank you, sir. And that's all I needed with that. I think that's about it, unless Mayor's got another project for me that we need to get started on, then we'll do that. Otherwise, I'll be hunting for something else.
I'm pretty sure you'll come up with
Oh, I'll come up with something. Oh, and I heard something about money that was given to the city. I don't know this young lady right here, but if she's bringing money, I'll take some of that myself. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Ms. Wright?
Okay, I think most of you know that this is a big weekend for Kennett coming up. Fall into Arts is Saturday. Starts at 10 o'clock in the morning, ends at 4. It's on the square. It's our 15th celebration, and it's almost out of control. We have 90 vendors. We have over 20 food trucks and food vendors down there. We have, in the past, we've had one performance area on the thank you, north side of the courthouse. Now we're going to have 3 areas, one on the east side with a real stage, one on the west side, and then down on the lawn between the Presbyterian Church and their activity building. And then there'll be pianists playing in the building throughout the day. We don't have the Opera House this year for the art and photography competition, so that's going to be happening in the Presbyterian Pack building. And some of the vendors will be inside Tropical Glamour and also all around the square. The map is finally done, so we're pretty excited about that. Before that starts, there is a fundraiser, I think it's called the Paint the Town Run, that starts at, I believe, 9 o'clock at the new mural. So this is being organized by the people who did the mural, and it's beautiful, and it's a 1 mile walk run, and it's going to end over by the library under a balloon arch, and winners will be recognized for all the colors. It's a color fun run, and you know, yeah, it's supposed to be fun and colorful, so that's happening. Throughout the day, other new things are the historic homes or the heritage homes tour. Those will be conducted between 11 and 1. You board the tram at the museum, which is the northeast corner of the square. And our firefighter, Jimmy Butler, has volunteered to pull the tram with an antique tractor, so that's going to be kind of fun. And they'll, 8 miles an hour, they'll be going around College, Washington, North Street, Jackson, Tatum, Harvey, Washington, St. Francis. You know, the 11 homes that are featured on the tour this year, in terms of, you don't go in the houses, you just drive by them. And they were all built by people who really built the town. Baldwin, Tatum, Ely, Pankey, a lot of names that you'll recognize. And just hearing about some of the history of the town, because we're going to be 180 years old in 2 years, and I hope we have a big celebration in Kennett when that day comes. And then we had 11 historic sites last year, and they will also be pointed out along the way for the on the tour. And we are thrilled that Tony Bird, who many of you know, and he's like our town historian, informal historian, will narrate the tour as it goes around. So that's kind of exciting, because Harry knows, I mean Tony knows everything, so that's kind of exciting. The tours are on the hour and a half hour, so 11, 11:30, whatever, up to 1 o'clock. And the chief has offered us a police escort, so we'll be nice and safe as we're going around there, and we very much appreciate that. And also the police and the street department for blocking off the streets that will be closed this year, and also for the street department for getting North Jackson done, because we were sweating whether or not we were going to be able to get down that street while it was not. there's a photo and art contest for adults and youth, and there are cash prizes for them. So the entries are being accepted at the PAC building on Friday. All the information's on the KAFTA, KAFTA.org website. There's a Lego competition for youth only, and that tomorrow afternoon is when they're accepting those prizes. So you can get the entry forms and everything off the website. I think it's $1 a piece to enter, and it's usually a fun thing. I think that's a lot of the highlights of the festival. And then Saturday night, as we mentioned, there is a Stars in the Sky musical tribute to Calendria Johnson, who we lost last year. Lemmy Pullum's putting it together. He is a tenor who is singing all around the world, and he's from Kennett. He has a magnificent voice, and he has also recruited a woman named Jenny Powers, who has performed, an actress, singer from Broadway, who performed and starred in Grease and Little Women, and she's going to be performing along with a lot of other local talent and people that you know. So that's at 7 o'clock at the high school. It is free. Donations for the Calendria Johnson Scholarship will be accepted. I think that's probably enough.
That's a lot.
So, but that's a lot. And then besides what we've got going on down there, Mr. Peltz has something happening.
And I think Mr. Brady gonna run the 5K. You
Well,
shaking your
I don't
head?
think so. I don't think so.
You told me I'd have to have somebody come pick me up,
Yeah,
and I'd have to go through.
I couldn't run, I couldn't even walk 5.
It's only 1 mile.
Oh, well, I'm not gonna do 1 mile, I can do 1 mile.
Mine's
You have
not
it.
to make some money picking people up halfway through and taking them back.
There you go. We can do that.
Tell
Mr.
us about
Mayor,
that a bit.
I'd like to have a little equal time. Since that's
Can you
not
talk?
the only activity that'll be going on Saturday, Fall into the Arts. The Kennett Cruiser will be putting on their annual car show. This will be the 5th year for it. It'll be at Jones Park. We'll have lots of things going on. We'll have in excess of 200 cars to be down there Saturday. And also on Friday evening, starting at 5 o'clock, we'll be at the American Legion building, and we'll have a cruise. The cruise will start at 6. We'll leave the Legion building, go down Independence, around the bypass, and back up through Kennett, St. Francis, 1st Street. We won't circle the square since Fall in Arts there, but we will go back to the chair end. So we'll have a cornhole tournament that'll start at 7 o'clock. J.C.'s will be there providing food, and be music played, and it'll be a good time. Have a few cars out there to look at, so we'd like to see everybody come out on Friday evening and also on Saturday to look at the cars.
So will you be driving by the football field?
Yes, we will.
That's what I'm
Yeah. You can see us as we go by.
Well, good. We got a lot of activities in town. That's great.
It's good for the kids.
Great. Fair is 3 weeks from today. So, yes, sir.
I understand that it's come up that we have an issue with paying for the video to continue. You know anything about that?
Video for what?
The video
The
that
meetings.
was right now?
I'm not aware of it.
Yeah,
We're not either.
Yeah, but I heard that, and right now, you're not getting paid anything to do this, is that correct?
That's my understanding.
I'm sorry?
That's my understanding, other than what the DDD is paying.
And so I want to make sure we get this to continue because.
He gets $50 a month. What was talked about previously was, like if he's not here, like 1 month he wasn't here for either meeting, there was 2 meetings, and he did get paid for that as well. And that was decided to not pay him if he's not here,
Okay.
but he does get paid.
Okay, so you continue
Okay.
Or if we don't have meetings. You know, if we have a meeting,
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, I just want to make sure we get this to continue.
He'll get paid if he's here.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Was that brought up in the meeting?
Hmm.
Was that brought up in the
I
meeting?
think it was, in the finance.
Unless I
I'm not
was
sure
not
which
here, I
one.
don't recall anything.
That's why I was confused about you saying we weren't paying, because I didn't.
Yeah,
Right.
but I did
It's
check
all-
with Tina to
Okay.
see if he for sure was getting paid, and she said, yeah, it's going
Okay.
into the same account your fire pay goes
All right.
in.
Okay.
Well,
Thank you.
you're welcome. We need to get into closed meeting, discuss personnel. So I need to have a motion to do such.
Before we do that, can I ask a question?
Sure, right?
I'd asked Brian about this. I got a call the other day from a lady over on Rather Street. They're just throwing out trash everywhere. I mean, you need to drive by there and look at it. It's awful. There's
Where?
It's Rather's. It's actually Gladys and Rather. And there's commodes over there, building material over there, garbage bags. It's just trash. I mean, it's all down that road. And, I was talking to Brian, he said he ain't sure if it's in the city or the county, but it's the last street right off Beatty over there. But I'm telling you, it is